Hello everyone and welcome back to the Real South Africa. You can go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel right now because it's amazing. We give you great content about what's going on here in South Africa from a tourism perspective. And also we have a book for sale on our website, therealsouthafrica.com, one of our best sellers. Check it out. You will enjoy all of the content. But this video, we're going down to the Vaal by the river here in Gauteng Province. It's a great place to be. Enjoy. All right, everybody. This is Mark Blanton from the Real South Africa. And yeah, you guys I showed you a preview of where we were and whatnot. Let me. But first of all, let me turn this camera around so. There's Dr. B.
You want to catch me when my belly is full.
Yeah, we just finished eating.
And I'm still looking at the menus. So
yeah, and looking at the menu.
Don't judge me.
But this is what we do over at SA. You see the flags are flying overhead. I feel safe. I feel comfortable. I feel like this is where I'm supposed to be and whatnot, so it's working. And then, of course, there's a bunch of people around doing their thing. They over there, I don't know what they talking about, but whatever it is, it's fun. Yeah, I don't know. They probably talking about guys. Yeah, they ain't no good. And then I got some stuff going on back over there. And then if you look really close over there, you will see there's a rooster over there. I don't know why he's here. I think he's looking for food, but he's a good guy. He came over and chatted with me earlier. And then across over there, somebody's having a baby. So they're having a baby shower. As you can see the ladies over there having a good time. They actually we're eating some good meat, which motivated me. Oh, look at the baby girl. That's it. Yeah. Of course, the big sister got to come after and get her. Oh yeah. Then of course the little brother, he's escaping. And then I'm going to turn it here. The reason why we're here, you see how he's this brother here. He's a patriot here in South Africa. He actually invited us here. You got anything you want to say?
Nothing much, man. I'm a shy person. All I want to say is that we miss you guys. You have to come and land here in South Africa. Actually, not South Africa, the whole Africa misses you. You left us some years ago.
Yeah,
and
abruptly.
We're still standing and waiting for you. We're going to welcome you guys in open arms.
Okay.
Come home and enjoy the food. Come home and enjoy all the stuff that you deserve, your body deserves. Even your spirituality is gonna change. There's so much that we're gonna change in this whole entire.
So it's okay to be African.
I mean, I don't know if I should say that, but
you can.
Let me just say, the main man, Jesus is black. And he's with us. He's not in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
He woke up long time ago. He's here with us. That's why we have Zion Christian Church, of which it is in control of the whole universe.
Cool. Let me chat with these guys. So as you see, we are welcome here. And if you looked around on this video, you've seen a lot of people that look like us. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get up and walk around and narrate a little bit. And then I'm gonna get back to our guest, Robert. But yeah, there's a boat cruise down here that we get on here, and the people look really nice. People are doing their thing, and like I said, this is South Africa. A lot of people come down here. A lot of people want to be here. People who find out what's really going on. This is where they come and whatnot. So you're invited as well to come down here and enjoy yourself. So I would say come here to the real South Africa. And of course, if you have any questions, let me know and we will take care of that. And then there are those ladies over here. They're being very coy. Hey mom. Hey. Hey, happy birthday. Yeah, this is cool. And of course these ladies right here, I don't know who they are, but they are.
Where are you from? That accent.
What?
That accent.
I am from Centurion.
No, you're not from there.
That's where I live. That's where I pay my taxes.
Listen to that accent.
Yeah. That's where I pay my taxes, so that's where I'm from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, now we're from the U.S., me and my wife and that brother right there. Yeah.
Welcome. South Africa.
Yeah. So what y'all doing here today?
We're having a girls' day out.
It's bad. So bad things are happening right now. I need to leave.
No, not now. Not now.
Oh, but
Not yet.
later.
Later, when it's dark.
A little bit. I don't see any gin. I don't see any.
Oh, we're still ordering.
Say again? The gin is coming?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, ladies. Well, I'm going to let y'all be and enjoy your gin.
Thank you so
Have
much.
a good day.
Enjoy your day.
All right, thanks. Oh, yeah, for sure. So this is what's up, y'all. So I hope you guys are enjoying this video because I'm trying to show y'all what's going on. I think Tasha has something to say. You got something to say, Tasha, about what you're experiencing down here in the Vaal?
All I can say is the water is amazing. It is nice to look at. The food was nice.
Yeah.
The people have been very nice. And it is a place you can literally come and hang out all day and chill. So I think that if you need a place to hang out and you haven't driven the hour and 20 minutes to get out here and you're a local, you need to be out here. And if you're going to travel with us and you're like, I want to go somewhere and spend the day, we can absolutely make that happen for you because that's what we do. We make things happen.
Exactly.
That's true.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, because we get people all the time. They say stuff like, I wanna come to South Africa and I wanna meet South Africans. Can you set me up to meet people?
Yeah.
How is it? It's very difficult not to meet South Africans because you guys are always talking to us.
Actually, we are interested in you guys more than you could think of, because I feel like we've been waiting for you guys for years. Yeah. I'm speaking for myself now.
Yeah.
I'm so over the moon right now. I'm speaking to people from America, of which I've never done it before. I guess, we are so eager. We are waiting on meeting more and more Americans, because for sure we're gonna change the world.
Exactly.
This is where they belong.
Yeah.
Back in America.
And we're going to do what we can to bring as many people as we can, so they can have these experiences. Because I know from our side, people are expecting, like, I don't know what they're expecting. But when they get here, I mean, they meet good people such as yourself.
Yes.
And from there, the relationship takes off.
Yes.
Would you agree?
Yes. It's been like that since forever. We've got this thing called the spirit of Ubuntu. You greet everyone, you talk to anyone that you come across, because they look like we are human, we are the same, if I could say so.
Cool.
I guess, we just happy to see it, even if it can be a neighbor or some stranger, you will be welcomed here in South Africa.
Now, you never told me your name. Tell me who you are.
My name is Robert Vaal. I used to be a DJ, but I can still DJ if you wanna invite me over. I work at Heineken as a technician, so I've done a lot. I played professional football. There's so many things that I've been involved. I've hosted events. My profile is there on YouTube, on Google. So it wouldn't be hard to.
And you're from this area.
I was born here.
Born and bred.
Yeah.
Born and breastfed.
Yes.
Right here.
Yes, I was born.
Come and visit beautiful Cape Town. Be a tourist in the City of Gold, Johannesburg. Enjoy the warm water of the Indian Ocean in Durban. Interact with wildlife on a private game reserve. Luxury 5-star hotels. And of course, world-class spas. Contact The Real South Africa today for your African adventure.
All right, everybody, this is Mark Blanton from The Real South Africa, and of course,
Dr. LaTasha Blanton from The Real South Africa.
and we're out here. We're literally out here. We're not in Johannesburg. We're on the very edge of what we call Gauteng Province here in South Africa. And yeah, it's interesting out here. So what do you think?
It's beautiful. It's tranquil. The river is behind us. If you guys can't see that,
Yeah, right there.
Lots of beautiful things out here. It is very tranquil, and I think it's called Shamoya.
Yeah.
That's the name of it, and I think it means something like breath of fresh air. Come get some air, something like that. And there's a breeze today, so we are getting lots and lots of fresh air.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little walk. Matter of fact, as you can see, as you can see, there's actually a wedding that's going to happen today, guys, or happening here. So it's going to be beautiful. And of course, this is the location. It's all black owned, which is a good thing. All the land that you saw around us is all owned by the same family.
She said it's 8 hectares.
Yeah, 8 hectares, which is about 16 acres in U.S. But it's a big house. You can actually stay here if you decided you wanted to come here.
Proper hotel.
A proper hotel. So, but we can organize that through the Real South Africa for you, which is a good thing, because that's kind of what we do. That's why we're here now.
We're here now doing what we do, going to see new places for you guys. A lot of you are asking to go out and see people that have land, and we found this hotel. We got invited to see this hotel, and that's why we're able to show it to you right now.
Yeah. Now, we're about an hour or so south of Johannesburg, maybe about 45 minutes south of Soweto. Mm-hmm. Yep. And, like I said, it's a tranquil situation. So if you just want to do something tranquil, we always tell our South African, friends that, if you need to travel, you need to get out more, then this is what you need to do. Contact us or contact them direct, and you get to do this stuff, as you see. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a little walk. Well, in fact, let's just go this way. So in the background, you'll see everybody in their traditional clothes and stuff like that. So yeah, and it's absolutely beautiful. So obviously you guys have what you call it? You have an idea. So what do you think? We'd like to know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
What you're seeing, what the Real South Africa is actually doing. Keep in mind, we provide tourism, massive amounts of tourism to South Africa. So if you're anywhere in the country, but especially if you're in the diaspora and you want to see something a little different, then contact us here at the Real South Africa and you'll be able to do more. Now keep in mind, you can't see it, but over there, this place is massive. There's a big pool, right? It's a big old pool. So at night you can, get service out there, get your drinks and just relax. What else can they do here?
They can eat traditional food.
Oh yeah.
They can take pictures. They can rest. They can go to, there's a place for you guys to, if you want to go on a boat cruise. They have things around you. So it's definitely a place where you can relax and still get a little bit of activity in at the same time.
Yep. So that's what we're gonna stop here, and then we're gonna pick it up a little bit later on and bring you a little bit more. But we will see you here in the sunny South Africa. So guys, as you see, weddings are being had here on this property as well. So I know a lot of people here in South Africa like to get married. So I would say book here. You can actually have a nice party out here. You ain't got to worry about nothing. It's nice. And I say we love everybody in their traditional clothing. Too bad I'm not wearing I guess I am wearing my traditional clothing for America. But this is interesting. Of course, the kids are out here having fun. But this is what South Africa really is. Don't let people tell you is this, is that, or you're watching your news reports and you're doing that and so forth. This is what it is. It's the people. This is the people, and them allowing us to be able to just be here to, to shoot this shot just for you guys. So, of course, we would like for you to share this content. We'll, of course, like and subscribe, but this is amazing. That's really all I can say. And, of course, when you come here, you can stay here in this house, and life is good. You know what I'm saying? Sir? Yep. Hey. Hey. Yeah, I see.
Traditional Xhosa.
I see. Hello, hello. Who's getting married? Who's getting married? Someone over right here in the black. Oh, they're taking pictures. All right, guys, we have arrived. This is absolutely insane. So I'm glad you guys are with us on our journey here in South Africa. Of course, bringing you the opportunity to travel to South Africa. You can obviously visit our website, therealsouthafrica.com. But we're at a location where you can actually come and stay. And I want to show you this house because it's been converted into a hotel. And here it is. It's outstanding. We got an opportunity to walk through. Couldn't do much as we want to because there was a wedding going on. But you got all this land, you got all this freedom. And then of course, you got that long driveway. You know, sometimes you see these things in television shows and you never really get to experience them. But being here is amazing. And of course, what I like is those palm trees because, you know, obviously that signifies good weather and all of that. And of course, next door, as you can see, if you want a cow, you can purchase that too. I think they cost about 10,000 Rand per cow, somewhere there and about, which is, I don't know, roughly about $5,200, $5,200, somewhere there and about because of the exchange rate. But here's the house. I want to give you a better perspective. And right now it's being rented out for the wedding and whatnot. But of course, other events are happening here as well. So, but if you need somewhere nice to stay, this is it.
Hello, beautiful people. It's me, Ricky Jones Jr., and we also have Dr. B in the house today, which I'm oh so excited, largely because we get to talk about South Africa. So for those that have been following the videos and things like that, you know we've been talking about South Africa in the sense of like moving here. And if there is a family, if there is a people, if there are a couple that truly represent South Africa, for Americans, it would be the Blantons. So I'm happy that I'm here with Dr. B, Dr. Blanton, one half of the Blanton crew. And so she has written a book, they have written a book that is like a guide, a step-by-step guide to helping people transition from the US of A to the SA. So now what's the name of the book again?
It's called The Shift. It's a step-by-step guide to transitioning from the USA to SA. So a very long name, but very specific for a very specific reason, because the book really only talks about transitioning from the US to South Africa. So not any other, country on the continent, specifically to South Africa, and specific to what we do as a tourism and travel company, which is called The Real South Africa. And you can find our channel as well. But most of the reason why we wrote the book is because we've moved here and because we have frequented so often. People were asking questions and the questions were becoming redundant. So it just made sense to put it all in one little packet so that they could read it on their own. Some people still don't read, and that's fine, but at least you have it and you can reference it whatever you need.
Yes, and we'll put links down below for both the channels as well as the book as well. And it's a great read, truth be told. It is a great read. I must say
it's not very long.
Not at all.
It's really just a nice guide. That's what I call it.
And I even like that with that it's a live book because things change.
They do.
And so with it being live, it's being able to make those changes and corrections when needed. It's an ebook, so that's how it can be changed, when necessary, things like that. But I mean, it's beautiful. Now I will say one of the things that caught my attention while reading is that when transitioning, when moving to South Africa, keep in mind that you are an immigrant.
100%.
Which I was like, oh snap. Like I never viewed myself, right? I was born in America, live in America, 100%. So that was never my thought or struggle, if one would say they had one. So what sparked that idea behind keeping in mind you're an immigrant in this case, other than the truth.
Well, because as Americans, the truth of the matter is we are ignorant to the immigration process.
That is very true.
What we know is that people come to America and they immigrate, but we don't know what it takes for them to actually get a green card or get a passport or what the process actually is. You know, in next to DC every year, up in, I want to say it's one of the old presidents' home. I don't know if it's Jefferson or Washington, but they have a whole ceremony for those people that decided to become U.S. citizens.
Oh, wow.
And they have a whole ceremony for them. But those people that are up there, if you talk to them, they've been in this process to become a citizen for like 10 years.
Wow. Okay.
So because they're immigrating from another country, they had to make a choice. Do they give up their citizenship? And America, a green card is like a residency.
Yes.
It's not a citizenship.
Okay.
It's two totally different things.
Okay.
So when you're talking about those types of things, we don't know. We don't have a green. We just get a passport because we live there.
Here, born there.
So what I learned in the process here is that we're foreigners.
Yes.
As much as the people here look like us, we are not South Africans. And there was a process to immigrating, and I wanted to be able to explain to people that you are now the immigrant.
Yes.
And a process that you know nothing about, you've now chosen to thrust yourself into, and this is what you need to be aware of.
And which I love, even talking about the process, it could be weeks, right? It could be weeks, and with that, it's going to take time. You can't rush the process, which I love that, right? Because of course, being American, it's like, I just pay. Who can I pay to rush the process, or who can I rush? Who can I call to expedite the process? But to your book says like, no, there's no rushing of the process. However, you do provide services for those that are like, you know, I want to do it, but I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do it. I don't know which visa to go about receiving, which is a whole nother mindset, which
and
I was like,
vast.
Yeah, as far as the options for visas, which I haven't even started, right? This idea of like, hey, maybe we'll move to Johannesburg, which is not like, let me just move to Texas, right?
No,
living
totally
in Florida, it's a total shift, which, to the acknowledgement of the book, it walks you through informational wise what it takes, which I think even downstairs when we were talking, you said, the book is to help you once you've come down here.
Yes.
Which is to your point, it's different once you get here.
It's very different. So, our primary goal is to get people to visit South Africa.
Yes.
My goal is not to have people pack up their stuff and move to another continent, not another country, another continent.
Yes.
So the premise of the book is to say, look, I understand that you're thinking about moving, but come for a visit first.
Yes.
Come through our company. Let us show you what is available, and then from there you can start making an actual plan, because everybody's plan is different. Everyone doesn't have the same disposable income or options to just up and leave. South Africa provides an environment where whatever your economic status is, you can get in, but even if you get in, it'll still be a higher quality of life just because of the way the environment is set up. So you don't have to come here and think that you have to be in the poor part of town, because chances are, with what money you have, you'll still enter into a level higher than where you are on that side. That's the actual truth.
Right.
So just thinking about that as a whole, come for a visit, make your plan. The process of immigrating is just that. It's South Africa's process, and you literally have to take off your American. You said 2 weeks, yet don't, because that frustrates them, and they will take longer. So your best bet is to be nice, understand it is a process, and they don't have to grant you a visa. They can just say no. So you really want to make sure all of your T's are crossed, all of your I's are dotted, which is where our team comes in. We assist you in that process, and then on top of that, we have access to those embassies where if there's something wrong with your application, we can actually get through to them. Whereas if you did it on your own, they're not going to talk to you. So that's where our services kind of come in to assist, because we've been through the process and we know what it's like to not get answers and just have to wait and wait and wait. and then finally it comes through. But if you're on a timeline and you really want to have it work for you, then that's where we come in.
Right, which I even love to your point of knowing how much to have, which I'm not going to say the amount's in the book. Definitely get the book, right? But getting the book, you see the amount that's even recommended for various family structures, be it yourself or be it with kids, like it's there. And even laying out how much house or how much home you can expect to get as well, which it's in the book. But I love that because it helped me to really get a realization of what it takes, and even down to the point of if you plan on working here or if you have income coming in from the States, like what that would look like, which is like, okay, cool. Gives you the mindset of what to expect if you do come, if you do look to move here, which I was like, beautiful, which has its own details, right? But even to your services talk, you said the services of getting a visa. There's a service where you can help you get a home, cars, and the list goes on. So what made the necessity for the services for the homes? Because I know in the book you say it's not what you think.
So what happened was, and I will say it was during COVID, and obviously we were on a proper lockdown.
Yes, which I love how y'all say proper. Like,
yeah, it's because you know what proper means. Proper means one thing in the U.S., but proper here means it's done properly.
Yes.
We were on a proper lockdown, and when we were going through our neighborhood, which we love our neighborhood, it's very beautiful, and there was this one house that stood out, and Mark was like, I want to go stand in front of this house and do this video. Well, he did this video in front of his house. People were like, oh my God, where's that house at?
Yes.
So it just started to spill over, and I was like, okay, well, maybe we should add this to it as well. So when that happened, it was like, okay, people would come on trips and they'd be like, I want to go look at houses. And I'm like, that's okay. So then we would help them. Then it got to the point where we're like, now we're doing a real estate tour simply because people were like, I want to come look at property. So it blossomed into that organically, very organically, never really part of the plan. But the process of buying a house here, very similar, but also very easy for a foreigner or an immigrant.
Nice.
And it's definitely not any of what you think it would be. It's very easy. You could buy one right now if you wanted to, and you're only here for a couple more days.
Right.
Yeah, you can
Wow, that's a beautiful thing. However, to the point of the book, and even with her, like there's services as well that they can help you to expedite the process, make it easy, even if you're here for a little bit, and then you go back home. They still have the ability to help you through the process in your absence. So that's beautiful. Which she shared with me, somebody that bought land, is about to build, going back home, coming back, and
several others that have bought houses, others that have built land. They actually will break ground this week.
Nice.
So hopefully, either if it didn't happen today, it'll happen tomorrow. They're going to break ground and they're going to start building. But we assisted them in that process, and it was fun because they understood that they didn't know. And it's one thing to accept what you don't know and just say, you guys have done it, can you guide me through it? And accept that help versus trying to figure out on your own. I would rather you allow us to help you, even if it's begrudgingly, let us help you, so that you don't hit every branch on the tree falling down. Because once you start hitting branches, I can't help you.
Yep. I mean, it's you're on your own, right? That's just what it is. And I mean, even to speak to that, how long have you all been here? How long have you traveled here? How long have you lived here, and even had the travel company?
Okay, so a lot of questions. I've been coming back and forth for myself since 2011. My husband came in 2010 with the World Cup. When Joe Biden was vice president, they were here. So coming back and forth now since 2011. Moved here full time in 2018, so I'm going on year number 5 now. And started the travel company in 2014.
Nice. So there's expertise, there's experience, there's tree falling experience that you all have taken that others don't have to take, which is beautiful, and prices in itself, right? Gives you a peace of mind that you can't buy. And so even beyond that, in the fluctuations of travel and all those different things, do you miss anything from the U.S.?
The hard answer is absolutely, unequivocally, full stop, no.
Okay. I love the breakdown to get to the no, right? The no meant no because of the unequivocally, the but.
Absolutely not. When I do have to travel back to the States, I will be honest with you, it takes months for me to mentally prepare.
Wow.
I usually have a little bit of anxiety attached to it. And I try to stay the least amount of time possible.
Wow.
Even though my family is still there, I love them, no offense to them, but they see my misery when I am there, and they're like, you need to go home.
Wow.
You just get on my nerves with that face.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm definitely not.
I love that. So when the shift occurs, the shift occurs, right? It is. We met up with another YouTuber, and another saying that you are like you're more than a YouTuber. But we met up with somebody that's on YouTube, and they wanted some seasonings, right? They wanted some Tony Chachere's.
Are you serious?
I brought him some, right? But I get it because I'm like, I love Tony Chachere's too.
I ain't gonna front. I like Tony Chachere's as well.
Okay,
but I also,
you know.
But I also don't miss it.
Okay,
because there's other spices.
Gotcha. Yeah. He just doesn't know, which he's new. He's like 3 months in.
Oh yeah, he definitely needs to.
He's new.
Yeah.
And so I brought him some and things like that. But that's cool to
And Tony
hear.
Chachere's is such a Louisiana thing.
Yes,
like,
it is.
It's such a. But
and
you
he's
can
from
buy
New
it
Orleans.
Yeah, so you gotta. I totally get it. But I use Tony Chachere's at home. I mean, obviously he didn't ask for Old Bay, but
right?
you know,
I didn't ask for that. I actually
for like your crab and your shrimp bowl.
Right.
But I get it. So no, I don't miss. I don't miss anything. And even when I go back, I worry about what I'm gonna eat.
Wow.
Because the food there is just not appealing anymore.
Yeah. And I mean, that says a lot because even we won't say frequent. We visited the grocery store, which is in the mall, which is like a cool switch and change of pace and things like that. Which, to my wife's point, it made sense. Like everything is there. Which I mean, everything: banks, grocery stores, barber shops. The list goes on. The trolley is there,
and you can push the trolley into any store
all the way through. All the way through. Which y'all will see videos on that. But even with that, right? Like that's dope. But with that, I forgot. Oh, the food.
Yes.
To your point, the food looks beautiful.
Isn't it pretty?
Even some of the breads are out. Like we're gonna try the charcoal bread or something like that. Really?
You're gonna love it.
Okay, so we're gonna try that.
Love it.
You know, there's little things like that you don't see in the U.S. that you see here. And to your point of like not knowing what's in the food, so I have chickens. I grow chickens, and I have like a garden, things like that.
That's beautiful.
And I love that the eggs aren't in the cold area, which naturally they don't have to be. So seeing it, I was like, oh snap, they get it. They know it. To your point, it's fresher.
Have you seen a white egg?
I haven't. It was all brown.
Makes you wonder, doesn't it?
You know,
why are our eggs white again?
Yeah. Which, you know, it's with the chicken. It's the chicken.
Yeah. Okay. So, blame it on the chicken.
Yeah. It's the chicken. Well, I have multiple chickens, so I have green eggs and brown eggs.
Yes. Right. I like to make my pound cakes with brown eggs, but that's it.
Okay.
But in the U.S., if you want to buy brown eggs, you have to search for proper brown eggs. So when I was that side making pound cakes growing up, we had to go physically find brown eggs, then let them sit out because you don't want to make it with cold. So the eggs have to be warm, the butter has to be room temperature, then you can start to make your cake. So you never want to make a cake with cold eggs. So we would, when we would make pound cakes, we had to search out brown eggs, and it was like a thing. Like, this is for a cake. Like, don't touch them.
No, I love that. I love that. Now, I don't remember if it's in the book, but you can correct me if it is. But to the point of searching and things like that, being here, being our color, it felt good. Right, I felt visibly we're the majority, right? And you know, it's a thing to behold, right? It's something that you don't think about once you get here, but you look about and it's like, oh man, like these my people. Like the only other time I felt like this was in Atlanta, right, or in Kenya, right? But that's a little bit different. But it's just like, man, everybody's smiling, everybody's happy, everybody's nice. And it's like
everyone's like, hello,
correct,
how are you?
Correct. And like genuinely mean it.
No, they do mean it. They do mean it. And they speak to you because they want you to know that they see you and they acknowledge your existence. That's something that we don't, maybe as Southerners we might actually want to speak to people.
Correct.
But in general, you know, the further north you get, like no one's speaking to you. Like no one even sees you at all. So no, that's not in the book. There might be some more things along those lines in our videos, but being in the majority does give you a feeling that sometimes you can't put into words.
Which is very true. And even like to segue into the kids section, I'm gonna call it, because we have children and little ones that are still going through school in first grade and no grade. He's in daycare, but in it all, no grade.
It's called 0.
Double 0, right?
Exactly.
But in it, you did, and even linked, which I love too, right? With the ebook, there are links as well to certain information. And so one of them is to a school, which, how did you go about choosing that particular school to even interview, to showcase in the book?
So that school actually reached out to us.
Nice.
So a good friend of ours works at the school, and she was just like, I love what you guys do. We have a lot of international kids. Our school is one of the best. Do you mind coming to talk to our managing director just to get the word out there that we are, you know, a top tier school here in South Africa? So they reached out to us. We talked to them on the side first to see what they offered before we were like, yeah, we want to, you know, support you in that
Put
way.
our name to it.
Right. And then when I asked them all the hard questions before the actual interview, they hit all the blocks that I knew any parent that's coming with a child would want to know.
Nice.
Even if it's a child with disabilities, what about learning disabilities, what about physical disabilities, what about, you know, cerebral palsy, what about autism? Do you have a setup to cater to those kids?
Wow.
So once she answered yes to that, I was like, then we can have this interview. I wanted to know about their speech component. I wanted to know about their occupational therapy component. I wanted to know about their PT component. I wanted to know about their extracurricular activities. I wanted to know what sports they offer. Do you offer So I literally drilled them before.
You did.
And then in the interview was when the questions came out. They said nice, but I really wanted to know if you were going to be able to cater to the American child that doesn't look like every other kid in the world that may have some issues, but also may be, you know, very smart and maybe down here, like, do you cater for that? And they do. So I was like, all right. So that's why we interviewed them.
Right. I mean, that's two things. Two things I picked up is, one, what you all put out, you're not going to put anything not negative, but anything bad out that doesn't represent
absolutely not
you all well, right? So
it
anything
has to
that you
align
can,
with our brand.
boom. And so that's trusted, right? And some things, again, money can't buy. But then two, like, you vetted the process, just knowing who we are as Americans coming here,
100%.
different expectations we'll have, different circumstances that they may face as far as parents coming to this school. So that's a beautiful thing and a comfort that me as a parent, right, can truly appreciate. And just knowing, even if that was so detailed and paid attention to, again, everything else would just fall in line, from tourism, visiting, to the book, to the services and things that you all offer. Like, you can't beat it, right? So thank you for that, right?
You're welcome.
And again, like I said, it's a link to the video that even launches out from the book that gives you that detailed interview, walking about the school, looking at different sections and things like that, which, you know, I'm very interested in extracurricular activities.
No, 100%.
I want the kids to be active and things like that.
They can do a lot of stuff.
I saw, you know, if that's the school, I saw.
I mean, they can start taking languages as soon as possible.
Nice. Yeah.
So whatever language you want them to speak, like,
it's there.
They can pick it in, like, grade 1.
Right. And even pick the teacher, which I was like, that's
so
unique
that
and
teacher's
different.
not, you know, jiving with that, and maybe the learning or teaching styles don't mesh, then your kid gets the option to be like, this is not working for me. And because they do listen to the children, I think that that's very important. And I think that the parents are very involved as well. So there's a lot of continuity. The kids understand what their boundaries are. The kids learn consequences they get chances. Okay, you can go try this class, and if you will switch to this other one, if you don't like it, you have to stay. So they understand before they make a choice.
Correct.
That
The
there's
repercussions.
So I mean, I'm not saying that they don't do that in the U.S. But I think that it's an environment that creates an adult.
Correct. On the other end.
That creates a critical thinker that says, let me look at all of my options before I just decide I don't like this, and let me move on. So it makes you think a little bit more. And the children that I've met there and had conversations with, obviously we can't put kids on camera like that. Very inquisitive children.
Wow.
Very very outside of the box thinkers.
Nice.
And that was another reason why I was like, okay, this school I really want to stand behind this particular school.
Wow.
So, you know, they give them a chance to express themselves without being told what to do, but you are guided to the right decision. And so that's why I really like that school.
And I even love to the point of, like, I love uniforms. Our children are in a school with uniforms, right? Oh, right. And so instead of saying uniform, they call it multi-form with the idea of options. I was like, man, that's cool. Like, it's in a box, but not completely in a box, right?
Maybe you're a girl that doesn't want to wear a skirt. Maybe you want to wear trousers or shorts.
Gotcha.
You have that option.
Right.
Maybe you don't want to wear a jacket. Maybe you want to wear a vest. You can switch it up. They give you the option to do that. So
I love it's like individuality within. Period.
I mean,
right?
how else are you supposed to be an adult if you don't get those things? So that's why we picked that school. So that's a huge part of the process as well. So obviously we break down other things like shipping and not shipping items. Which, you know, my own personal experience is don't ship anything for a lot of reasons.
Yep. You can find things here, you know, at great prices. Again, at the mall, everything's there.
Yes.
But even love the small detail, one would say, of keeping an address back at home.
100%.
Like, that was, I'm gonna say priceless again. Like, you know, we definitely would, but just even to have that, no, you should.
Yes.
Just even speaks volumes of, okay, let's just stick to it, make sure we stay
because
up
you're
on this
still a
box.
Citizen.
Yes.
You're still a citizen of the U.S. I mean, you'll see in there that we talk about citizenship versus residency.
Yes.
And I think that gets lost in translation because a lot of African countries are talking to you about citizenship, and they're talking to you about, like, well, do they offer dual citizenship? And I would say, and you probably saw it in the book, that there's really no need to be a citizen unless you want to participate in the political process.
Yes, you're right.
We have our own issues in the political process in the U.S. I would say leave theirs alone.
Respectfully.
Respectfully leave theirs alone. Come here, be a resident, enjoy all of the fruit that comes with being a resident, and keep your citizenship. That is the best way, in my opinion, to make things work for you and make it work in your favor. So you're not really straddling a fence, but you're really getting the best of both worlds. It sounds like maybe you're doing too much when you put it that way, but you have to do something that works for you. Right. And that for most Americans, that is what would work for you.
And I mean, again, that's in there as well. You've been living here going on 5 years, so it makes sense to take the advice that you give, and even to your point, even breaking down the different citizenships and things like that, and you know, what it would mean if you were to get it permanent and things like that, and how traveling would be depending on what type of citizenship you have. So I mean, it's thorough all the way. I mean, it hits, right? Even what was the other point that I was like, man, that was very, very good. Not only having the address, but the point of just bring your money here, like spend your dollars here, and you know, with the rands, and I mean, you're gonna be happy at the end of the day spending your money here. Obviously, there is our dollar. The dollar is worth at the time of this video, it's 18, 25. I believe. Oh, 25.
1825.
Nice. It was
1853 last week.
That's it. And so let the math do you, right? You know, that thing stretches, and especially real estate, right? But you know, you break it down even in the book as well, how different things, you know, mean different things. But real estate wise, you definitely come out with a huge W, which, you know, they do tours and things like that. So even speaking to the services that you all offer, I know you all have in November a real estate tour and things like that. But are there any other things on the horizon, maybe 2023, that anything people can look out?
We're probably going to do the Cape Town Jazz Festival that's coming up in March. We'll probably start promoting that very soon. And then looking at a couple of other outside of the box things that we're going to put together for later in the year of 2023. Simply because there's just so many things here that South Africa offers. That I can't fit into a 13-day trip. I can't fit into a 1-month trip. So I'm trying to create alternate experiences that allow you to actually feel South Africa and get to know it more personally and more intimate than even on our tours, because our tours are very immersive, very with the locals, historical, cultural, and then a lot of taking you out to see places that you would normally see. But what we're trying to put together now is going to be a little bit more outside of the box. Like it's going to be that and more, because I think that people are looking for a deeper connection.
Yes.
And because we know South Africa, we can provide that. So that's what we're looking to do.
Yeah. No, that's gonna be great. And she's not just talking as far as like so much to do, right? Because they even show in their videos on their YouTube channel of the various things that they do to prepare for others when they choose to do things through the tourist site and things like that. So I mean, it's from Cape Town to Johannesburg to Durban. I saw some other locations too.
And Mpumalanga.
Right. I couldn't say it, so I had to let her say it.
And Mpumalanga and Limpopo.
Okay.
And when people say they want to go to Kruger National Park, Kruger is huge. From Johannesburg, it's about an 8-hour drive. So when people say, I want to come and go to Kruger, I'm like, keep in mind, I either put you on a plane or you're going to be in a car for 8 hours. So I'm like, you can go on a safari, but I usually tell people if you're going to come back for your second trip, then we can do Kruger.
Right.
You'll actually have time to go out there, because Kruger stretches between Mpumalanga and Limpopo, so it crosses over 2 states basically. Wow. It's huge.
Okay.
And you can drive around Kruger all day, because I've done it, and not see one animal. Yeah, because it's.
So you about to say a bunch of animals?
No.
Not see an animal.
You can drive around all day and not see one animal. So that's why I'm like, because I want you to at least experience a safari, I take you to a private game reserve. So you can at least, so I know you're going to see something. And then on your next trip, when you have more time, you're like, I just want to go to a safari lodge, 4 or 5 star, go on 2 game drives a day, eat some really good food, because they're mostly all inclusive. You can go on 2 game drives a day, and then those 2 game drives, maybe after day 3, you might start to see more movement. But to go to Kruger for your first time here, the chances of you seeing something are kind of slim, because Kruger's huge.
Gotcha. So again, I mean, so many services that are offered through the Real South Africa that you can take part in now. So I see your necklace, right? So I want to talk about that.
Because right here?
I see it in the videos. I see it when you're on the golf course, right? I see y'all when y'all driving around at the country clubs, you know what I'm saying? Places where you just don't think of when you think of Africa, right? And so what does the necklace mean to you when you wear it now?
Well, I got this necklace in 2013 when we came here for our first extended stay. We came when we stayed for 2 months, and we lived in Clifton and Cape Town, so that was very nice. And I bought this at the V&A waterfront, and I bought it because I wanted it to be a reminder that I needed to get back here. It took 5 years, but that was the plan, so the plan worked out fine. But it really is home to me. It really is home. When I don't have it on, I feel like something's missing. But it really does. And Mark never takes his off. Ever.
Hey, shower it off. Use your imagination. It's there.
No, I mean, he never takes it off.
Wow,
I mean,
that's cool.
He put it on in 2013, and he's had it on for the last 6, 7. How many years is that now? I can't do math.
I mean, I love the beginning.
A lot of years. 13 to 22, so almost 10 years.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
every day for that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I bought everybody in my family one, so now they all have one. This is me subliminally trying to get them to maybe come visit.
There's it. I mean, there's a book, right? Talk about the show. We don't even talk about book. We just say visiting, right?
I do. I always say, please visit first and then consider.
I love that. Yeah, it's even in the book.
Please, and I'm not saying you have to consider, because there are people that come here and like, oh, this was nice. It's not very many, but a lot of them are like, oh, I can check it off my box and say I did it. There's maybe been 2 of all the hundreds of people that we brought here. But this place gives you a fresh idea box.
True.
And a new way of looking at what you actually want your life to be like, and then manifest that.
Yes, that's very true.
So that's how I look at it. So when people say,
you know, do you miss home? And I say, I am home. And I have to explain to them that home as we knew it, i.e. Tampa or Virginia or wherever, that is a perception that we were given as children, that this is home. And home could have been good, home could have been bad, positive, negative, but you accept that as home. So when people are clinging to that home that they were born into, it's like, it doesn't feel good anymore. So why can't we just let that perception of what home is go and allow this to be what home actually is? So this is home to me.
No, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So many. I like, my mouth is just boom, 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 like the whole perception of what home is. But even to your point of coming here and being able to create the life that you want, because there's so many opportunities. So I didn't realize Johannesburg was so large and vast and dense and plentiful. Like the list can go on. Like, I mean, it's everything that you'll want, like here, right? And even just talking around to different people, like innovation is a thing here. Startups is a thing here. People investing in startups is a thing here. So it's like the opportunities are here, right?
I always say, get in where you fit in, and you will fit in somewhere. True. Like, you will fit in somewhere. If you don't fit in, I promise you, it's your fault.
Boom.
It is literally your fault.
It's not here. No, I love that. I love that. So even lastly, to your point of, it took you all 5 years, right? But then even in the book, and even as you've voiced already, everybody has their own chart to course, right?
100%.
And so with that being said, right, people making the shift, people reading the book, they get to the end, they're excited, they feel relieved, they feel like, okay, I know that there's somebody there, right, in South Africa that can help me. What would you recommend for them to do next?
Go to our website, book a minimum of a 6-day trip. I always say pick Johannesburg first. We're oversold Cape Town, no offense to Cape Town, but Johannesburg will give you exactly what I know in my heart as a Black or brown person growing up in the U.S. what you are looking for. I know it, and you will not make me deny that at all. Book that trip, put your deposit down. We have payment plans. We make it super, super easy for you to get here. And then once you do it, let us take care of the rest. So that's what I would say if they get to the end and they're like, what do I do next? Just book the trip. And then from there, I promise you, everything will fall into place for you, especially if you are projecting and putting that thought or that energy out there that you are tired of your current situation, which a lot of people are saying out loud to me on telephone calls. Once you get tired and you realize that there is another option, it doesn't have to be Johannesburg, it doesn't have to be South Africa, but just know that as a Black or brown person, you have options for a better life. If you checked all the boxes that they've asked us to check in the US, you've been to school, you've gotten your degrees, you've worked this job, you've put your time in, and you feel like you didn't get what they promised you, what you've been promised is over here. And that's what I found for myself. So I'm like, understand that your promise may not be at home.
As you know it, or as you grew up knowing. No, that's beautiful. And so even with that, right? You didn't say where you're from, so you said sneakily, you said Virginia. Right? Boom. Virginia. And so shouts out to my BA crew, largely my mom, right? The one in which I shared what I said about South Africa. I was like, Mom, hey, there's this channel that you can go check out. And she became at peace, right? She, reluctantly told me.
That's all good.
Nonetheless, it's from a VA lady too, so it all
I'm from Virginia, as they say, born and bred. I wasn't breastfed, but definitely born and bred. Virginia, lived there the majority of my life, didn't leave until it was time to go to college, and then I just went to North Carolina. Then I went further south to get my doctorate in Florida. So really just been on the East Coast my whole life. And then didn't really start traveling until I got married. So.
And now living in South Africa, which is home, and the land of opportunity, and everything that she desires, right? From growing up, now doctorate and all that good stuff, and is here doing well, living well, and showing other people what well actually looks like. So in it all, with it all, I thank you for this opportunity. Very, very happy, right, to be able to see you on TV, but now see you in person
right here.
is great. And even the book, right? The book was very informative to me, truth be told, which is why I even wanted to do this interview for others as well, to let them know that there's another way to find out why South Africa may be for them
100%.
and let them know of the different help and assistance that is available to you. So, and all with it all, thank you all. I appreciate y'all. Again, all links will be down below to the book, to the travel company, to the YouTube channel, and any other links you think we should put down below.
I'll give you all of the social media handles
Okay.
and you can just drop them in there. But thank you guys for the opportunity. I really appreciate you
Yes,
coming
ma'am.
through, and I think it's drink time.
Okay. Boom. Cheers to that. And we shall partake. Yeah. See y'all. Peace.
Peace. Thank you so much for spending time with us today. If you like what you saw, please subscribe and don't forget to hit the notifications button so you don't miss out on all things The Real South Africa. Thanks again.